This is my first YouTube video, and I'm just gonna count down all my favorite guitars. And to be honest, if I'm not looking at you, it's because I don't know where the camera is. I've been trying to figure this out for an hour, so if I'm staring at somewhere else, I apologize, but I'm trying my best to look at you. Anyway, here is the first guitar. So this is basically my very first guitar, and I got it from a friend. The story went like this: we were just chatting, and she said, she had a guitar laying at home, and I'm like, well, let's go to your place and get it. And so we did. So just went to her place, and I took the guitar. I said I'd borrow it, and I never returned it. And I spent about 6 months, 7 months honing my skills on this guitar. So that was many years ago, and yeah, so here it is, still in my closet. I never play it anymore, but I still love it. It's like home. It feels like home to me. I think I'll play it a bit more. So it sounds like this. So I haven't tuned this thing in maybe 2 or 3 years. It still sounds pretty good to me. So from now on, I'll just hold up the guitar so that you can see it. And yeah, guitar number 1. I don't know what brand it is, where it comes from. I don't care. Okay, time for the second one. So this is an Epiphone, John Lennon signature guitar, and it's my first proper guitar, and I've used it exclusively for about 3 years when I was an wannabe acoustic singer-songwriter. I took this to every gig. So in 1 year, I think 2019, I really wanted to get my songs out to the people. So every week I would go to an open mic show or book a gig for myself for about half a year. So for that weekly shows, I just take this guitar, the Epiphone John Lennon signature guitar, and yeah, it's been well played, and it has been served. It's been serving me well. That's what I meant to say. And yeah, and I think it still sounds really great, but I haven't changed the strings in about 2 years, so it sounds a bit dead to me, but John Lennon signature Epiphone guitar, great guitar. Well, time for the next one. So this is an Eric Clapton signature Stratocaster by Fender. So this is my first proper electric guitar. I got it about 3 years ago, and yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, it's not a traditional Stratocaster, so to say. It's really special because it got those noiseless pickups. So for those who are not guitarists, and guitarists, of course, you know that Stratocaster, this style of, this body type of guitar, usually come with single coils guitar, so that gives it that thin and spanky kind of sound. But this guitar has noiseless pickup, so that removes the noise, the 60 cycle hum, as they call it when you plug in a single coil guitar. So this doesn't really sound like a traditional Stratocaster, but it has no noise, so that's good. And another unique feature about this is not actually a tone control. This is a mid boost, so when you boost it, it's just having like a pedal in your guitar built in. Just a really powerful beast of a guitar. And yeah, maple fingerboard. And yeah, in the early days when I started the band, I just used this guitar, and I just think it's awesome, and it's really, really cool. I changed the pickguard. The original pickguard is white, you know, thin, white, one-ply pickup, one-ply pickguard, I mean, and now it's a gold anodized pickguard. Yeah, I like the color gold, as you'll see later. Yeah, I'll just play something. I'm playing that because for those who don't know, the song is Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer. It's a favorite of Instagram guitarists. Yeah, so, well, the reason I'm playing that is because it's the first song that I learned on the guitar, the electric guitar, and on this very guitar. The first night I got this, I wanted to learn Slow Dancing in the Burning Room, and yeah, I mean, it still holds up after these years, and a true workhorse. I recommend it. So the next one on our list is more of an obscure guitar. So I haven't really seen any online review of this beautiful, you know, gold top Les Paul style guitar. And it's not an Epiphone, it's not a Gibson, it's not an ESP or something like that. It's actually a Greco guitar. So for those who don't know, Greco is basically, you know, this Japanese brand. I don't think it's a company anymore. I think it changed its name or something. So it used to belong to Fender Japan, and in the 90s, and earlier than that they are making lawsuits guitar, because in the 70s, you know, in the 80s, the import taxes in Japan was really, really bad. So normal people can't really afford an American guitar or import guitars like a Gibson or Fender. So Japanese brands like Greco and what are some of the other brands like Tokai and other brands, they just started making copies of famous guitars. So this is one of them. This is from the 90s, and yeah, and the guitars they made were so good that Fender actually acquired Greco to make their Japanese line of guitars in the 80s and the 90s. And yeah, what more to say? This is a Gibson Les Paul style Les Paul guitar, and I think the top here, the gold top, can you see, is truly, truly gorgeous. I'm always hiding my face. I need a better camera angle next time. But yeah, I think I just love it, and it's really affordable as well, because not that many people has heard of Greco, and yeah, I think it's one of the best Les Paul type guitars I've ever played, and it competes right there with the top of the range, you know, Gibson American made guitars nowadays. And without a setup, I think this one, in terms of playability and sound, just beats them blows them away. I think Japanese guitars are a hidden secret, and some people think, you know, vintage Japanese guitars are like a cult, because some guitarists really think they're really good and better than the real thing. And in a sense, they are the real thing, and this is part of history that, you know, I'm a really proud owner and of this guitar, and to be part of that history. So just play something. Well, I just realized when I play guitar, you can't really see me playing the guitar. You can just see my face and all. But anyway, this is the Greco Les Paul guitar. I don't even know the model name. I picked it up, I strummed it, and I'm like, this is it. So I think this is the first guitar I bought with the money that I earned working, you know, as a guitar teacher and as something for my uni, like a job. And with the money, the first paycheck I got, I spent it on this guitar. So it's something really special. And I was really scared because we all have experiences where we fell in love with something. It can be a guitar, it can be a person, and then you just act too late and just slips away. So when I need something like this guitar, I won't let it go if I could. So yeah, I made the right choice, and now I have this, and I still play this every day. Okay, next one. So this is probably the most expensive guitar in my collection. So this is a Fender Custom Shop. Fender Custom Shop. Can't see really. Custom Shop. Stratocaster again. So you can see like two of my guitars are in gold. So that's probably my favorite color. And two of my guitars are Stratocaster type guitars. So that's probably my favorite type of guitars. Famous Strat players include Jimi Hendrix, John Mayer, and else? Lots of others, you know, 70s, Eric Clapton to now, of course, and oh, I can't really think of, there are like 1,000 famous names who play Stratocasters. And now, because I'm making my first video, I'm nervous. I just forgot, and I'm not sure if I'm looking at you. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the first expensive instrument I got. So when I bought this, I literally emptied my bank account. Well, not really, like one bank account. I have few bank accounts, but this is the one that I like scrambled a lot of money to like get. But not to sound materialistic, it's just the love I have for this thing. When I picked it up, I'm like, if my life is without this, then, well, why do we live at all? And it's within my means, it's stretching it, but it's worth it. So again, standard Stratocaster features, and these are true single coil pickups, and they're hand wired after an early 60s style Stratocaster. So it got that really traditional, thin, spanky kind of Strat sounds, and pickup switch, and yeah. Oh, also one thing I want to show you, let's look at the neck. So this is a flamed maple neck. So isn't that gorgeous? I think it is. Well, you can't argue with me, it's just a pure work of art. So this is a Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster, and I bought it secondhand, so it's not that crazy expensive compared to a new one, but still, I mean, it's just amazing. I'm not gonna play this now, I'm just gonna plug this in someday so you could hear the true voice of this beast. Well, it's getting late, but one more guitar to go, and maybe we can fall asleep or go to bed or do whatever you want. I know what time it is at your place. Here is, let me check, it's almost 12 o'clock, so yeah. Anyway, I'm not sleepy, I'll just tell more stories, we'll go more in depth maybe next time. This is my latest acquisition. So, it's an Eastman guitar. The back is like that. So, Eastman is a brand, it's a Chinese brand, but it's not like when you think about Chinese products or Chinese guitar, you think of, you know, mass-produced things, you know, factory-made, mass-produced. But Eastman is actually a handmade workshop operating in Beijing, and they are renowned in China for their violins and guitar makings, because the standard of their luthiers are really high, and you can feel it when you play this instrument. So look at this, and this, yeah, like the look of it is just based on Gibson ES335, but when you pick up a Gibson, like from these few years, maybe these 10 years, and you pick up an Eastman, the first thing you can realize is the quality control. So these are really consistent. So when you pick it up, you play it, and you're like, that's great. But Gibsons, you kind of have to hunt a bit. And I think for those, you know, famous guitars like Fender and Gibson, what they have is, you know, in the law of marketing, the leader advantage. So when you're first to design and put out something, you own the market because you're the first person to start it, or at least the first person to reach the public's mind. So you're kind of a leader in that field. And that also means that the quality of them are not necessarily, you know, king of the market, and there are lots of other brands out there other than the main brands that are worth exploring as well. I think Eastman is one of them, although they're not that obscure, they're really famous and renowned as well. But yeah, my point is, if something or a company or someone enters the market first, doesn't mean it's necessary they're best at a given time. Anyway, I'm rambling. So this is a semi-acoustic guitar, semi-hollow guitar, not semi-acoustic. The reason it's called semi-hollow is because, like, you can see these are called F-holes, and inside here there's a solid block of wood, and it just connects to the neck here, and then this hollow here, and this hollow here. So it creates kind of a unique, you know, sonic property. Yeah, and look at the flame top. If you can see, it's just amazing. I mean, look at the flame. Anyway, this is it for our first episode of ASMR Journeys. I haven't named this series yet. Maybe I just make one video and give up. Just kidding. I'll make more. I committed to that. So yes, make sure to like and subscribe. I can't believe I just said that. It's the first time I said that in my life. But anyway, good night.